put that makeup on your face. I promise you, as long as you're doing these steps correctly, you won't look caked up, you won't look crazy. You're gonna look blended and nice and fine. Hey guys, so I wanted to share some makeup tips to help you transform just the way you do your makeup. So we're starting off by prepping our skin. Of course, I did my skincare already. Sunscreen. Even if you have darker skin, you still should use sunscreen. But I'm only gonna use the Glow Recipes Dewdrops. Usually I also use Merit's, what is it called? Glowy Skin Serum, but just to simplify it a little bit, just using one product. I know, like, this is my first time doing a side part in so long, and I know I'm gonna get irritated by this hair in my face. So does that make a difference or no? So we're gonna start off doing our brows. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit. Is that a little bit or But I used the Refi brow pencil. I believe this is in the shade medium. If it's not medium, it's dark brown. I don't even know. But I just go by the shape of my brows, and this is easy because my brows, I got them done like a week and a half ago. So I underline it and then I do the top. And then I just fill in wherever that needs. And so I do the same to this side. This side needs a lot more help than this side. It's like I'm just missing hair up here. But honestly, sometimes I don't even bother to make it look crazy good because I just feel like they're just too different for me to try that hard. And I've said so many times in my videos that I don't think the brand of eyebrow product matters. I personally like using eyebrow pencil, and that's literally the only requirement personally for me. I think they all work the same. I've mentioned e.l.f.'s eyebrow pencil a few times. Works the same. So now I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan. We're going to put it on the back of our hand. To carve out our brows. And here I go a little farther down because I do like that highlighted look, but the top I just do it regularly. And I do have this window open. Hopefully you guys can hear all the noise that's going on outside because it's hot today, y'all. Which is insane because I live in New York and it's 71 degrees in November. So what's that about? I do not know. It's crazy actually. And so I'm going to use this foundation brush. I'm pretty sure I have it linked. If not, I definitely will link it in my Amazon storefront after I complete this video. But I'm just gonna blend this out. And now I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Slick Day Brow. If you don't want to use this, of course you could use the NYX Brow Glue. I use either or. I did forget to mention that I did use e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which is important. I don't even know why I forgot to mention this, but make sure you use primer, please. Okay, so today we're gonna use two concealers. A lot of people think if you use too much makeup, it's gonna look too cakey, which could be true, but also it's really your technique. I'm gonna use Hourglass's concealer in the shade Maple for the inner corner and the outer. I'm not putting too much because this concealer is pretty thick, and I feel like a lot of people don't like this concealer because it might crease, but I feel like putting less of this concealer prevents that. And then of course I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Mocha for the middle. And this one I just put way more than the Hourglass one. Of course you could just use just one concealer. If I were to just use one, it would be this. And so I'm going to also put it on my chin, bridge of my nose, and my forehead. I'm using the Real Techniques 300 brush to blend the concealer out. We're going to let it sit there because it just helps with more coverage. And again, doing this does not make your makeup look cakey. It just helps, especially with my under eyes. I don't think my under eyes are that bad, but I want the full beat effect, you know? So we're gonna let it sit there. We're just blending out the edges a little bit, and then the nose, we blend it out a little more. The chin, we blend out a little bit more, and the forehead a little bit more, because I feel like if I let the makeup on my forehead sit there, sometimes it just doesn't blend that well with the foundation. So today I'm using my Surreal Skin foundation from Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade 22C. She is almost done. I feel like I've been saying this for the past 2-3 videos, but it lasts a really long time. I would say it's worth it. If you were to spend money and actually invest in your makeup, I would say invest in products like foundation and concealers, because I do think they matter. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a little bit more. But if you can't invest, I would say a good drugstore foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Really good. And so starting out here, I'm gonna make sure I'm not touching the concealer under my eyes, but I'm going everywhere else. And I like this foundation because it genuinely feels like I'm not putting much on my face. I am touching the concealer that I put on my forehead, bridge of my nose, and on my chin, but again, I'm not touching this because I don't really care for too much coverage down here, or you know. I have this mole here that no matter how much makeup I put, it always shows, so I just take the makeup off, honestly. And so now I use blush. I'm going to use the Patrick Ta blush in She's Wanted. This is not going to be the only time that I'm applying blush, but for now, this is it. I'm using the e.l.f. angled blush brush, taking the powder, and I'm putting it pretty close to my concealer. And now I'm going to take this same foundation brush and pat the concealer. And then once I get to here, I'm just gonna brush it out like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the cream and put it up there. Next, I'm taking the Rare Beauty bronzer in Full of Life to just add some color to my face. Usually in the summer I do a little bit more bronzer. I was gonna say since it's fall I do less, but girl, it is hot for fall. So now it's like I'm confused. So I put a decent amount, just not as much as I would in the summer. And so I use bronzer and contour interchangeably. Honestly, I never did both. Just do what works for you. I personally just like adding some warmth to my face. I'm gonna take that same brush that I used the blush for to brush this out. Powder. I love this powder. This is the One Size translucent powder. I feel like I show you guys how to do powder in every video, but it's so crucial because I do not just go in. We go like this, rub some of it off, tap, rub it off again, and continue to tap. Yes. So now I'm gonna use the Ilia Lash mascara. One day I will have a mirror right here so that I'm not leaning in out of frame. But until then, this is what we gotta do. I do have lash extensions. These are 8 through 13 milliliters in CC Curl. So the second blush I'm gonna use is Make Me Blush from YSL in 66. These blushes got a lot of backlash from people. I'm not sure about this shade, but for just darker influencers, they were like, it just doesn't work for our skin. I think they have a purple one, and it just caused a lot of controversy. This was sent to me by them. I really like it. I like the way it looks, so I've been using it as my second blush. It gives girly, it gives cutesy, like, come on. And then last but not least, we have our lip combo. This is Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in 608, or just Limitless Brown. I made a short or TikTok video, whatever, saying how I only use brown lip pencils, and so for some time I was just exploring like dark reds, deep purples, but you know, I've come to the conclusion that I just like brown, honestly. If I'm doing a crazy look, of course, you know, I don't mind exploring, but I just think brown is for me. And I think it just goes with my lips because I do have two-tone lips. It just goes. This is the Dior Lip Maximizer in Rose Nude. I had taken a break from this lip combo and now I'm back on it because I don't know, I just really like the way it looks. But now for the final step that you should always do, setting spray. I use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This gives more of a dewy finish. There was a time where I was only using this. Sometimes I only use this. It depends on what kind of look I'm going for. And we have the One Size mattifying setting spray. This is if, ooh, this is really strong if you've never used this, but this is really good for if you're going out at night and you know, like you're going clubbing, drinking, whatever. She will hold you down for the entire night. Promise. I promise. There's a reason why he came out with the bigger version. Friendly reminder. that just because you're putting on a lot of makeup doesn't mean that it's going to look cakey. I promise you guys, I have been stopped so many times and people are like, oh my gosh, I love your makeup. I love your makeup. It looks so blended. Honestly, I think it's really just the way you blend your makeup. You know, the products you use, sometimes it matters, like foundation, like I said, concealer. But yeah, I really think it's blending. As long as your makeup is well blended and you know, you're paying attention to, you know, your creases and whatever, I really think as long as it's put well together, you will be fine. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe only if you want to, but I appreciate when you guys do. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye. That's what you've been. I was blind, I was in it, I was bad.